You're welcome. Thank you very much. Hi, Connecticut. You are welcome. Thank you. Please like the live. Hi, Ricky. Thank you for joining. Hey, YouTube peeps. Andrea, Lorianne, Christine, Julie, how are you? Amanda. Hi, Jill. How's everyone doing?
Good. How are you?
How are you?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Till you saw your gas bill?
Till I saw my gas bill. Yes. Yes. And then I was like, what the? I was warned.
Were you shocked?
Um, no, I wasn't really shocked because I was warned, but I was like, shit.
Yeah. So, look, I mean, you know?
I do. I do. And here's the thing, I didn't look at it until today because, today's the day I was going to pay the bill, and I'm like, why didn't I look at this before?
Yeah. So, like, your best friend is an oil and gas expert and told you this.
Yes.
And
So I was not shocked.
it still snuck up on you, right?
It still got me, yeah, because I was
So,
not, like, really, I wasn't expecting it here in this area.
yeah. So now you know how like people that aren't my friends feel.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, it could have been a lot worse, I think. And it's springtime, so it's you should be using a lot less gas now.
That's why I was like, what? Because I was using a lot, that get lot less, right? Turned my thermostat to 69 because you said that. Now, if I didn't do that, if I did not turn that thermostat down,
It might have been triple.
yes, and now guess what I gotta do? I gotta turn the hot water tank down no matter how much I like sitting in the shower. Okay?
Ah, well,
It wasn't too bad though.
it's,
But it's the shock of from this amount to this amount.
well, yeah, you did all that stuff to conserve and make sure your gas bill didn't get crazy, like I told you it was going to, and it still doubled. And that's what I've been talking about, right? So at least it wasn't $1,400.
Yes. Yes. And hello everyone on YouTube. Sorry. I was chatting and didn't say hello to everyone.
Oh boy, everyone, we are started here streaming live on YouTube and the Clock app. If you're over here on TikTok, please like the live, get the engagement. Please gift the moderator. You already have done a great job of doing that. Thank you guys so much for gifting the moderator. I have a live goal. Got a few things to talk about today. The weekend's coming. That's great. There's a carnival that's rigged up here a few blocks from my house. And me and my son were driving by it yesterday, and every year I take him, right? And he's like, "Are you gonna take me?" And I said, "I'm gonna take you, but I'm not getting on that ride we got on last year. That's not a thing." And and he said, "Why?" I said, "Do you know what a okay? I can't say the word, but a person that uses a certain substance that starts with the word C and ends with the word K, and they're ahead." Okay. I said, because it's run by that kind of person, right? A C head. What are we doing? Why am I on this app? I can't even fucking speak. And I said, do you know what a C head is? And he's like, no, Dad, I don't know. And, he's 9, and or 10. He's one or the other. Anyway, yeah, he's 10. And I said, that's not a thing to my kid. Yeah, my kid says that's not a thing all the time. Anyway, he didn't know what that was. And I told him, or asked him, I said, do you know what a certain kind of addict is? And he said, I think so. And I said, so I explained it to him. And he said, so what's the big deal? And I said, that's the person running the ride. That's the person controlling the levers. I said, would you get in a car if I was a C head? And he was like, no. And I was like, then why would you fly through the air on a machine? Anyway, yeah, 11-4 for sure. The Dow Jones is down 750 points today. Of course, who loves automotive tariffs more than the Dow Jones? Wow. Oil down a little bit, 69.32. Gas prices have risen a little bit more, up to 316. Natural gas up big today, 406. That's on the article that the Wall Street Journal did about natural gas inventories, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. A couple of people sent me that article. I don't remember exactly who it was, but thank you guys for sending me that. It's basically an article that's saying what I've been telling you guys for the last 5 months about natural gas. So the mainstream media, at least the Wall Street Journal, I don't know much about newspapers. I don't know how they lean or any of that, but they're talking about it. RBOB's 223, so it's up. Gold is up again. Elon Musk has said he's going to step down from Doge in May. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. I mean, if there's still someone there doing it, I don't see what difference it makes.
Did he say why he's stepping down? Because I have a feeling I know.
Well, from what I saw on his post on X, it's basically his job will be done, and that it was always going to be a short-term thing. I don't know, though. What do you think?
I think that he's stepping down because he's losing money and he wants out of this. Like, it's too late, though, because Trump takes everyone down with him.
Yeah, and that's the thing I don't understand. People have seen everybody around Donald Trump falls from grace, and they just continue to latch onto him.
Well, they have to learn the lesson personally. Didn't you ever notice that? Like, all the Trumpers have to learn lessons personally.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, who knows? Mitch McConnell, why he's even speaking, I have no idea. He called the Trump administration's handling of Ukraine embarrassing. Yeah. Yeah. Embarrassing. But no, the Wall Street Journal, I think it was yesterday, they did a big story on natural gas, basically saying all the things I've been telling you guys about natural gas, exports, consumption, production, how we're headed for a really bad time. It literally looks like I wrote the article. I think someone from the Wall Street Journal watches my content and wrote that article. Because it literally, if you read that, you would say, oh, this is Mr. Global. But regardless, it doesn't matter. It's good that the news is getting out, right? Once again, I'm not the only person saying something. For years, I was the only person talking about the OPEC 2020 deal. It's very frustrating when I'm talking about things and I'm telling people what's going to happen, and not enough people are hearing it, and then it happens, and then all of a sudden the media starts talking about it. And I'm just sitting there screaming like, I've been telling you this. So yeah, natural gas inventories are 600 billion cubic feet below where they were this time last year. It's already over 90 degrees where I live. We're going to have a really hot summer. That's going to make the natural gas thing worse. Utility bills next winter are going to be worse than they were this winter. So if you're one of those people, mostly in the Northeast, who are getting $1,200 and $1,400 utility bills, it's going to be worse next winter. It's going to be worse next winter, unless of course, we have a really warm winter. If we have a really warm winter, then, it won't be worse. You'll just be dealing with the climate change stuff. So it's like, you know what I mean? So, Brian, I'm going to address, Brian had asked me some questions before this started. Let me scroll up and see. He said gas prices dropped. He's in Maine. No, he's in New Hampshire, right. Gas prices dropped by, 30 cents or 40 cents in New Hampshire, like overnight. So what's happening there is you guys are getting the very last of the winter blend gasoline. You're getting the very last of it. There's nowhere else for it to go, and it's super cheap. That's all there is to it. Your gas prices are about to rise. So enjoy your 260 gas. It's going to be very short-lived. But yeah, you're just, you basically have the leftovers of the winter blend. And this happened, I think last week in Pennsylvania, it happened. I think their gas prices are already rising in Pennsylvania.
They are.
Yeah, and I told people in Pennsylvania, because they were like, oh, my gas just dropped by 25 cents overnight. I'm like, go fill up and enjoy it, because next week they're going to come right back up. And that's what they did. So that's all that is. As far as the memberships and rewards and the discounts you get at gas stations, they're just trying to keep you shopping there. They're just trying to keep you shopping there. And they typically, what they do is they give you more rewards for purchases inside the store. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you inside that store. That's where they make all their money. Thank you, Lori. My moderator's already muting people, so.
Yeah, that'd be me. I told him, stop spamming and capture for mods, thanks, and then I muted him for a minute.
Any new information on the brand new gold adjusted GDP now model? I did get a couple of answers. One of the answers I got is that, and it's an explanation that makes a little bit of sense, but on the other hand, it also doesn't make sense. So when you look at the GDP now forecast for first quarter, negative 1.8% contraction, unless you look at the new revised way that they measure GDP now, because the Trump administration's like, oh, we got to do this a different way because it looks bad. Basically, they're accounting purchases of gold as a contributor to GDP. And as people are purchasing gold, which is at record high levels, by the way, gold is at record high prices, which is a huge sign of a failing economy. When gold spikes, that means our economy is really bad. People are cramming their money into gold to protect it from the dollar. So they're now claiming that when someone buys gold, that contributes to the GDP. So you have people buying gold, and when you pair that with the fact that gold is at record prices, they're saying it helps the GDP. The problem I have with that is you can never convince me that people have bought enough gold to increase the U.S. GDP by 2%. Like, that would be hundreds and hundreds. That might be $1 trillion worth of gold, actually. To increase the GDP by 2%, that could be $1 trillion worth of gold bought. And I don't think $1 trillion worth of gold has been bought. I'm not saying that's the exact number, but that's the size of the number, or a number comparable to that. It would have to be to help the GDP by 2%. It would have to be just an unbelievable number. And so I'm not buying it. And another thing people are saying is that we have fired so many people in the federal government that the actual data and statistics that we're using to measure the economy aren't accurate, because we're just having to use old data because the people are gone. So I don't know how much truth there is to that, but that's another answer I was given. Brian says $1 trillion worth of gold changes hand easily every day. Yes, but this would be an extra trillion over the normal amount, right? This is a whole extra trillion. And I have never heard of gold being a contributor to the GDP. That's not a thing I've ever heard of in my life. So I think they're fudging the numbers. I think they're fudging the numbers. So.
Hello, Nadia.
Yes, the stock market. You have to wonder, like, it does seem more than ever that all of this is a manipulation of the stock market. It really does. Like, everyone knows what's going to happen when you impose 25% tariffs on cars. They can see it from a mile away. And, you know, I think we should be able to see what these billionaires that are running our government is trading. I think we should be able to see their trades. We get to see the trades that people in Congress are making. Right? I mean, shouldn't we get to see the trades that other officials in the government are making?
Yes, absolutely.
It just looks really suspicious to me. And I'm not super knowledgeable in the stock market. That's not my area of expertise, but it doesn't take a genius to look at some things and see something ain't right. It just doesn't. Holy cow. Yeah, through the Stock Act, we can see it is a law. Through the Stock Act, that's how I look at what Congress people are trading. But I've never been able to see like what the president is trading. I've never seen that. Not on the website that I look at. I'm not saying it's not there. I'm just saying I've never seen it. It just feels like there's insider trading going on, and it feels like things are being implemented to manipulate the market. It's what it feels like. Anybody got any big plans this weekend? Jill, do you got any big plans?
Nope, just the groomers. I'm gonna take the dog to the groomers tomorrow.
Barron Trump owns $16 million worth of Bitcoin? I don't have my glasses on. Well, I mean, he's the kid of a billionaire. I'm sure he does. Seth is going to be smoking meats. All right, Seth.
I need to know where Seth lives.
Bruiser was supposed to go to a board game group, but one of the guys DM'd her and she was creeped out. So group canceled. I've never heard of a board game group. I guess that's a thing.
I guess so.
I wonder what kind of board games they play. Is Monopoly, does that take too long for the group? What is the group, like a couple hours maybe? Is that a Canada thing? Because I know Bruiser's Canadian. Ron's going to make clam chowder.
I don't need to know where Ron lives.
Chowder. Smarty Pants must be off work because he's going to be shoveling snow. And I feel like he doesn't have to shovel snow at work. So he must be off work. 1 in 5 Americans polled by Ledger this week says they would like their state to join Canada. I mean, I don't think that's odd, honestly. I I mean, I don't know if you live here, but I can totally see that. I'm actually surprised it's not more. Well, I guess I'm going to a carnival to hang out with those people.
Those people.
Oh, man.
I want to hang out with the person that's smoking the meat.
I believe that's Seth. Smoking the meat. Canada isn't shopping for new states. I bet they're not. You know what sounds good though? I've honestly I've not been looking forward to this trip to the carnival because it's just when you work in a safety intensive industry as I have spent my life in, you go to these carnivals and you just see death traps everywhere. It's not fun for people like me to go to these traveling carnivals. Because we're so hyper focused on safety. That's how we've been trained in our fields. And you just walk around these things and you're just like, oh my gosh. Can we just throw darts at balloons maybe? Can we play goldfish or something? But anyway, I just remembered they have funnel cakes.
Well, then you have to go for just that.
Yeah. You know what's terrible about funnel cakes? When they put too much powdered sugar on it, and have you ever accidentally like breathed some of that in? You ever done that?
With the funnel cakes?
Yeah, when they put too much powdered sugar on it and you go to moving it around, that powdered sugar is almost like floats in the air. It's so fine, right? It's almost like and you can breathe that in. Like that's how fine it is. And if you breathe in some of that powdered sugar, like it will knock you down. You'll choke on it.
You'll choke on it, yes.
Yeah.
You should breathing in powdered sugar.
David, thank you so much for the super chat. David says, Matt, thanks again. Did you see my comment about the GDP? It's a quirk about trying to treat gold investments differently than gold imports for producing goods. Yeah, that's a thing. I've seen it now, David. Thank you. We've been trying to figure this out for a couple of days because GDP is not my wheelhouse. David seems to have some knowledge around it. I guess my question, David, is would that move the GDP by 2 points? Because that's a big move for one item, to move the entire GDP by 2 points. I have no idea. It may not. It just I'm definitely gonna enjoy a funnel cake though. Definitely. When's the last time you had a funnel cake, Jill?
It's been a while.
It's been a while?
Yeah.
Me too. After I rode the octopus, I didn't have much of a stomach for it because the octopus had these huge anchors that come down that like made it attached to the ground. And as we were riding it, these things were lifting up off the ground. I don't know if you remember that. That's when I told my kid, like, we're goners. Deep fried cheesecake? I don't think I've ever had deep fried cheesecake. I don't think.
Sounds good.
I don't think I've had that. I've had a lot of funnel cakes in my day, though. Jill, did you see the big creator that got bananaed on TikTok?
No.
I can't remember the guy's name. He's the largest news creator on TikTok. He has 15 million followers. Is his name David something? No, never had a content violation. And they just banned his account like that. 15 million followers, verified, everything, really big creator. Gone. Just gone. I have had churros, Dying Breed. Those are pretty good. And fried pickles. I eat fried pickles all the time. No, it wasn't Aaron Parnas. This guy's a lot bigger than Aaron Parnas. This guy's got like 5 times more followers than Aaron Parnas. His name's David something. I can't remember his last name. Churros are good. Yeah, Hawk has set his account to private or followers only or something because he's about to get banned.
So Bruiser said his name is Dylan Page.
Yes, that's it. Dylan Page. That's it. Younger guy, handsome, looks like he's late 20s, maybe 30 years old. I don't follow him. I'd never heard of him until it happened. And then I went to checking it out, and yeah, he had a huge account. Are we going to drill in national parks? No, we're not going to drill in national parks. We can't even get oil companies to drill in the regular places right now, much less national parks. Why did he get bananaed? No reason. He's never had a single violation. He woke up this morning and his account was gone, permanently gone. And that's what the app does. That's what TikTok does. Now, with Hawk, that's a different story because he's always about to get that. He really pushes it a lot. Like, he does things that encourages his problems. But so I don't get super concerned when I see creators getting violations that say things that they know will get them violations. It's the creators that's never gotten a violation and do just the cleanest content that can't possibly have anything wrong with it. When they lose their accounts, that's very concerning, you know. I compared oil prices to gas prices from 2012 to guess what it should be today. You can't do that, Tommy. You can't compare oil prices and gas prices from 2012. We don't have the same refining capacity. The entire industry looks different. So unless you know how to account for the loss in refining capacity and fuel demand and other things, it's not a great way to. Thank you so much for the gifts. It's just not a great way to try to compare prices. It's let's reset that goal. Yeah, it's not a great comparison and it's not accurate. That's not how you do that. So I know what you're trying to do. A lot of people try to do that. It just doesn't work because there's so many other factors that have changed. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. Yeah, it looks like Carney and Trump had a conversation. See how that goes. Thank you, Jay. We lost about 1 million barrels a day of refining capacity from 2016 or 17 to the end of 2020. We've lost a lot of refineries in this country, and that's why the oil prices won't reflect the same gas prices they used to, because we have less gas in inventory and more demand, because we don't have the ability to refine as much as we used to. Long periods of very low oil prices created that. COVID created that. Environmental groups created a lot of that by suing everyone that ever tried to open up a refinery. So we end up with like the oldest refining fleet in the world. You know, we have refineries that are 100 years old operating. A lot of things have converged to create that scenario. Goodbye, Melvin. Goodbye, Melvin. Listen, if you come in my chat and you ask people to DM you and like you're gonna get blocked.
Where is
Melvin's gone. He got blocked.
Well,
Huh?
I'm gonna mute him too. I'm gonna mute him too.
Yeah. Do not come in my lives and solicit people. That's not a thing.
Of course, I was reading the YouTube chat instead of this one, and I'm like, "There's no Melvin on YouTube."
Don't be a Melvin. That'd be a great t-shirt. Don't be a Melvin. Yeah. Mr. Barrios, we need a That's Not a Thing t-shirt. We have That's Not a Thing t-shirts. There's a link in my bio where I have a bunch of That's Not a Thing t-shirts, Mr. Barrio. Bob's not doing too well these days. Yeah, oil prices are up, gas prices are up, stock market's down. It's amazing how quiet it has gotten around here. What, maybe 10 days ago, every other video was record low gas prices. Now it's just complete silence. Like it's just, you know.
Oops.
I'll do that today, Nadia. I'll do that today.
Yes, Nadia wants a shirt, but she wants that one.
Okay. I'll do it. I still don't understand it, but I will absolutely do it. I'm a guy. I thought a shirt was a shirt. I don't know, you know. So I need what? Which shirt do I make?
The one that says "That's Not a Thing." And that's it. That's all it says.
Okay.
That's the only one that isn't unisex. So that's the one that needs to be changed.
It's the only one that isn't unisex?
Yes.
Can we say unisex?
It means for both. Well, never mind. I don't know on here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. So the one that says that's not a thing, make that one unisex. And I guess the other ones are already unisex. Okay.
Yes, it looks like they all are.
I can do that. I can certainly do that. It's not unisex. It's not. What else is going on today? Fashion isn't only female, it's human. Yeah. I just didn't know what unisex meant. Like, I had no idea that I just thought a t-shirt was a t-shirt.
It's not.
I can see that. It's not a thing, is it?
It's not a thing. Because if you buy it and it's not, it's going to be the man's size and your size. If it is, then it'll just be,
It's a different fit.
Different fit.
It's a different fit. My thoughts on Trump shipping citizens to El Salvador. You know what I thought was interesting? So first of all, obviously, I don't support that. But I did see an interesting take on that today, in that how is it that us sending United States citizens to El Salvador is considered classified information, but what was on the Signal chat is not? I thought that was a good point. What happens if Canada sells all of its energy to the world market? Well, they can't yet. So, I mean, it's going to take a lot of years for them to be able to do that. So we would have to see what that would look like in 10 years or so when they could possibly do it. What do you see going forward for natural gas inventories, which appeared to have stabilized? Well, natural gas inventories are going to increase through the spring and summer. The problem is they're not going to increase enough to get us through winter. That's the problem. So people will see it increasing and think, that's all right. But what you need to look at is what the inventories this summer will be compared to what they were last summer. And you'll see that they will be significantly lower, which means next winter, especially if we have a cold winter, which is possible, gas prices are going to be really high. Natural gas prices for next winter, along the contracts for next winter, are already over $5 an MCF. That's not good. And I noticed Grace said people are staying home. That's another thing that can actually drive natural gas consumption, is everyone staying home.
I just sigh
Yes, you did.
with my mic.
You were just like, ah. Apparently, like, I'm just full of bad news. Like, I have nothing positive to say.
That's not what I was sighing about.
Oh, what were you saying about?
The spamming in the chat.
Quit spamming the chat. Why will there be lower inventories? Because we're not producing enough natural gas to meet our demand and the amount of LNG we're exporting, which is increasing daily, basically. We're not producing enough gas. This is the reason that Joe Biden tried to put a pause on new LNG export facilities. He said this is going to drive up prices for American consumers on their utility bills. And he was 1,000% right. So he was trying to slow down the clip at which we were exporting natural gas. Well, all that's been erased. We're now exporting a record amount of natural gas. And natural gas prices in the United States have risen by more than double. They've more than doubled. And they're going to continue to rise. Now, people can debate on, whether he should do that or not. But at the end of the day, he was right about what was going to happen. He was, because he obviously listened to someone that knew what they were talking about. And in the future, we plan to triple the amount of natural gas we're going to export. We're going to triple what we're already doing. So it only gets worse. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate that. My goal is corn. Will lower tourism make a difference? It'll make a huge difference in our economy. That's for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Smarty Pants. Western Canada will be sending less natural gas to the U.S. once LNG Canada plants start shipping in July. Yes, they will. We'll be able to get quite a bit more for it per MCF. Yes. That's 100% going to happen.
Hey, Grace, I was laughing because I sighed at your spamming. That's what we were laughing at. The fact that I did not have my mic muted when I sighed, because I asked a million times in the chat, please do not spam. It makes the questions get lost. You can write things, but please do not spam. I am speaking up right now, Grace. I'm speaking up.
There you have it. There you have it. Yeah, I don't know what impact tourism would have on natural gas specifically. I mean, but it's going to have an impact on everything. Where are the larger natural gas fields in the United States? Where the highest prices for natural gas are. Where the highest prices for utilities are. In the Northeast Corridor. In Pennsylvania. West Virginia. Ohio. In those areas. Yeah. Isn't it ironic? It's crazy. Is exporting natural gas more profitable for the oil companies? So those are really not oil companies. They're actually they're natural gas companies, right? And it is more profitable. Keep in mind that natural gas is around $4 in the United States, and I think it's around $14 in Europe. So, and while there is some cost, of course, to converting natural gas to liquefied natural gas, it's when you're getting $14 for your natural gas, it's well worth it. And that's, European natural gas. And the reason European natural gas is so high, and it's kind of crazy how this has all worked out. So, Europe has decided that they're going to get away from oil and gas, and they're going to, they made the biggest push towards renewables. And what that has done, it's driven their natural gas prices up to $14, over 3 times what ours are. So now they're buying natural gas from us. So for them to be clean, for them to say that they're clean, they're having the same product shipped halfway around the world and still using it just so they can say they're clean. And they're paying a fortune for it, by the way. They are paying a fortune for it. Yeah, the housing market is home inventories are rising rapidly around the country. Someone just said 22,500 homes for sale in Lee County, Florida. That's Fort Myers. That's a lot. That's a lot. Home inventories have about tripled where I live. Good news is that should bring home prices down a little bit. Bad news is as interest rates fall, if they begin to fall, that'll put the home prices right back up. But yeah, the real estate market's not doing great. If all these houses are empty, it's for a reason. Empty houses is like a double-edged sword, right? It's more empty houses, lower prices. But why is there so many empty houses? Because people are losing their houses. And, in a lot of these areas, people are losing second homes or putting second homes on the market. But there's just a ton of inventory available right now. So it's not all bad. There's good parts to it, but it's a bad sign for the economy when your inventory is rising as fast as it is. Oh, I get to do a puzzle.
Did it work?
Yeah, it took me 2 tries. Yeah, insurance is becoming unaffordable. A lot of the corporations that bought up a lot of the houses, corporate owned real estate and private equity, like they're putting homes on the market that they had scooped up and taken off the market to elevate the prices of their other real estate holdings. It's a really good business if you have enough money to just buy all the homes. Because once you buy all the homes, you take them all off the market and the price of those homes skyrockets. And then you just hold them and sell them off one at a time and make a fortune. That's what they've been doing. That's what they've been doing. Home insurance is through the roof. Yeah. Oh, great. I just love my notifications.
What did you get?
Something from James Langford. I don't know what it is. I probably won't read it. Yes, Jill is the mod boss. That's why she's my mod.
Why am I your mod?
Because you're the mod boss. When people FA, they FO. Whatever I was going to say. I don't know.
Yes, they do, because it's frustrating when people don't listen.
Jill is a great mod. Yeah, she's the best mod. Yeah. She's an even better friend.
That's awesome.
Companies don't want to keep natural gas here because they want to export it for more profit. Exactly. If they made more money here, they wouldn't spend money exporting it. Yeah. I mean, you go where the money's at, and so that's where they go. They make a fortune. And what's bad about it, like my problem, I don't have a problem with companies doing things to make money. That's, but, when companies are making billions of dollars selling our natural resources overseas, and that in turn causes the people in this country who do have a right to access to those natural resources, when they're paying triple, they are essentially the ones that are enriching the corporations, not the people overseas buying it. It's a roundabout way of it happening, but that's what's happening. So I believe in a more balanced import export. Like, we have very little control over what companies in this country export. We just allow them to export whatever they want. And if that causes inflation in living in the United States, it's like they don't care. And they sit around scratching their head trying to figure out why they can't get inflation down when energy cost is such a huge driver of inflation, and we're exporting 100% of the oil. All of the increase in oil production in the United States that has occurred in the last 10 years, 100% of that oil is being exported. All of the increases in natural gas production in longer than 10 years is all being exported. And we're going to triple those exports. And it's driving up costs for the people that live here when these are our natural resources. So I just think there should be controls in place that, where someone in Connecticut isn't paying for someone in Germany's natural gas, because that's essentially what's happening. There's no rhyme or reason for someone to be paying $1,400 a month to have lights in their house. Like, that's ridiculous. Right? I mean, shit.
Yes.
That's insane. Yeah, people's light bills are more than their mortgage payments. And when you pay your light bill, you're not building anything. You're not adding equity to anything. Like, it is a complete loss, right? You're paying for something that is gone forever when you pay that. It's so, like, if you pay your mortgage, you're building equity in a home. You're actually, some of that money's being invested towards something that's going to benefit you later. When you're paying a $1,400 light bill, you're basically just setting that money on fire. It's doing nothing for you after that point.
Right. And it's a necessity at this point in life, right?
Well, it is for some of us.
Well, it is. It's a necessity at this point. Like people could not live.
But if you say, hey, can we do something to curb the exports? You know, the exports was, and a cap on exports was one of my ideas to bring down gas prices in the United States. And suddenly I'm a communist. Everyone's paying $5 for gas. And I'm like, hey, if you just pass a trigger law that caps the amount of gas we can export out of the country, that's based on the price of gasoline. So when gas hits $4, the exports automatically have to be reduced to build up inventory in the United States to give people here price relief. When I come up with that idea, I'm a communist. And the same people that are screaming that they're paying $5 of gas are always also calling me a communist for trying to help them not pay $5 for gas.
Yes, and they only call you that because Trump is the president now. If
Yeah.
Biden was, they would be like, yeah, why can't he do that?
Yeah. And they're also the same people that say American oil on American soil, and they have no problem with all of our oil going to someone else's soil and then it costing them $5 for gas.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's unbelievably stupid. They want to give the corporations complete control of this country because they somehow think that it'll trickle down, I guess, and benefit them if they do that. Makes no sense. Just about every other country in the world protects their exports. Because when you're doing that, you're protecting your people in your country, right? It's the same way with the milk tariff in Canada, right? That's what they're doing. They're protecting Canadian farmers. So doing all these things for corporations is patriotic, and doing anything to help your people is communist.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, and they wonder why so many people are turning into communists. It's like, why do we have all these communists around here? I don't know.
If they would look up the definition of that, though.
Okay, Nadia. I does anybody actually believe she's going to adult?
Yes,
I mean, it's Nadia.
he has to adult every now and then.
What, like, what does that mean? For like, she adults?
She adults. It's like I adult sometimes too.
You adult?
I do.
I'm. What am I missing? Do I adult?
Yes.
I do? Okay. Seems I've forgotten what adulting is. Can tax cuts be reversed before their expiration date? With an act of Congress, they can. Yeah. Look at that, Jill. She told me to hush.
She did. And
Yeah.
in all caps too.
Yeah, and what does hush mean? No, that's not what it means when I say it.
It means shut up.
No,
Then what do you think it means?
what you said it means. When I say hush, you say that means that you're right.
Yes, that means that I'm right. Yes,
Exactly.
When you say it, yeah.
So if she's telling me to hush, then who's right?
Nadia.
No.
I turned that right around.
Yeah, you turned it around. You got it wrong. I'm not going to tell you to hush because you got it wrong. Have fun adulting, Nadia. I'm sorry you have to do that.
She said stop talking about her so she can go leave.
Okay.
So she can leave.
Okay, I'm stopped. I'm not talking about Nadia anymore. Is this where we pray?
No. Is this in the full live? Everybody likes my laugh. Thank you. I don't like my laugh.
Ah, it's great. It's fantastic. So, Jill, I need to build a website. That's something else I got to do today.
Yes, you said you were going to do that.
Yeah. God, that sucks.
It does, because building a website is not fun. But don't forget to send me the link when you're done.
Send you the link.
Yes.
Doesn't it basically build it for you at this point? I mean, we have AI. You just tell it what you want and it pops up.
It's probably easier now than it used to be. I haven't built a website for anybody in a lot of years.
Yeah, the last time I did it, it was really hard, but I was messing around on the internet last night, and all of the places that offer the services were all saying that they now have AI that basically does it for you. I didn't try any of it out yet, but maybe it's a lot easier now.
It probably is. I guarantee it is.
Yeah. Well, yes, of course I'm going to send her the link. I'm going to need someone to tell me what's wrong with my website. Because I won't know.
And I do tell you whenever.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you might want to do this or you might want to change that.
Right.
Mr. Global, I would love to see you. And I can't even read that word. I don't have my glasses on to answer questions together. What is that? Path to nowhere?
You better put them glasses on, because I ain't got mine on either.
Path to where? Dude, I'm so blind. Hire a website designer? That's not a thing.
Yeah, he's not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't hire people to do anything. Like, it can just suck. I don't care. I'm not going to pay somebody to do it. What is that, Anani? Is that?
That's your stickers.
I've never seen those stickers.
They are automatically, those ones are automatically added.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if you can remove them or not.
Oh,
Here, what? See that?
Okay. Path to Nowhere is a content creator in Canada. Yeah, I know I have a ton of knockoffs. Is 2.0 yours also? Yes, 2.0 is also mine.
Yes, this one and Mr. Global 2.0, and that is it. No other one. The rest are all fakes.
Well, I will visit the eye doctor. Like, I won't try to fix my eyes myself. but but I won't hire a web designer. Wow, Nancy, thank you so much.
So, Melinda, he tried to get verified. This app is dumb.
Yeah, it's very hard to get verified on this app. When I report all of the fake accounts, it takes them about 45 days to get rid of them. And by the time they get rid of them, there's 200 more new ones already made. So I just quit doing it. Like, it's a complete waste of time. 2.0 is Mr. Global Unhinged? Is it?
So when you come in, can we be for real? And I am not a scam. When you come in with that, I'm going to watch you.
What?
That's what. Okay. I'm just keeping an eye on someone.
Oh, okay. Do oil companies make more money trading oil futures or oil itself? They make more money selling oil itself, but they do make a fortune trading oil futures for sure. They make a lot of money doing that. Yeah, they make a lot. Huh?
Sorry. No, Renee said, watch me, please. I said, I am Renee, but you don't know how many people come in here and say I'm not a scam, and they're usually a scam.
Bruiser said 2.0 feels like more of a shitpost account. It kind of is. And that's how you build a backup account, because you don't want to put your good content somewhere where it's not going to be seen. So when you're building a backup account, like if you have content that you just don't think is super great, that's where you put it, right? And what's silly about that is it doesn't matter how good or bad any video is. You never know what's going to work and what's not. My very best content is rarely seen, and what's usually seen a lot is the content that's not as good, honestly, in my opinion. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for the gifts. I don't understand. Watch her what?
No, Kelly asked if she needed to go. I said, no, I'm just watching her for now.
Oh.
Like she came in with the, I'm not a scam. So you gotta make sure she's not a scam. Because that's exactly the stuff they say.
I am not a scam.
Yes, that's how it works. Like when you get them phone calls too, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? This is not a scam. Yes, it is. Just like the one I got yesterday.
I want to speak to you about your virus protection.
Can you turn on your computer and let me hook up to it? Yeah, sure. I'll do that right now.
I got a really good one today from a PayPal scammer that faked the PayPal website, to make it look real. And it was, I mean, I could see how someone could fall for it, but it's obviously a scam. But
Oh, okay, Kelly. Sorry. I didn't know. I didn't have any idea where they were from. Did you see that?
see what?
What I just did.
See what I just did?
Did you block it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't give me the chance.
Well, you were muting. You could have blocked.
I was muting because sometimes, they'll quit.
Yeah.
Like I said, if we follow your rules, we would have 0 people in here.
No, I wouldn't. I'm fine blocking people I don't want in here. If we followed your rules. Sarah, Kenny tried to get on, but he's just not big enough. You know what I mean? Kenny Loggins is going to have to work his way up to get on my live. He's got a ways to go. Like, he should at least have 1,000 followers or something. I asked him, I said, how many followers you got? He said, Sarah. I said, yeah, I know him. Or her, I mean.
Someone got their t-shirt today.
She's always knocking her kid down in the grocery store for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh my God.
What? She is. She's always knocking her kid down in the grocery store. He's always holding his knee. And she's just standing there like, what's your problem?
Yeah, Sarah does not do that.
Yeah, whatever. It's on film.
She said he's bouncy. It's fine.
Yeah, he's bouncy. That's what Charles Manson said.
No, that is not. Do not compare her to that.
He said they're bouncy. They'll be fine. Oh, that's hilarious. A little bit. Yeah, kids are resilient. They become more resilient the more you knock them down. So Sarah has the most resilient kid on the planet. Jill, I've got one ear of corn.
Really, one? Someone sent you one?
I guess I'll split it with you.
Okay. That'll work.
Oh, Sarah, I'm kidding. Of course you're a good mom. I'll make a video of me knocking my kid down just so we're even.
No, don't do that.
Why not? He's resilient. I'm going to take him to the grocery store and I had a phone call. I'm going to take him to the grocery store and he's going to be like, "What are we doing?" I'm going to be like, "We're going to go in here and you're going to throw yourself on the floor and I'm going to video it." Thank you, Lois. Thank you very much. All right, everyone, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you all so much for the gifts today. Interview with Will next week. I'll let you know, with Will Westmoreland, and also with Tennessee Brando. Those two interviews are both next week. T-shirts, link in bio for the That's Not a Thing t-shirts. Thanks, everyone, so much for the gifts. Jill?
Thank you, everyone, for the gifts, and have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Don't go to the carnival. See you guys.